Got
They told me go to what you love. I never knew what that was, but even when I make time, I think of all I've given up. Oh, I wish it wouldn't be so hard, 'cause you're the one that gets slighted. You say I don't make time for anyone. In your eyes, my mind is occupied. It's hard to vent, I understand. Have you ever loved someone, but know that there was more? I don't wanna be tied, hanging by your side. I don't wanna be tied, tethered to my pride. Hate to waste your time. Go and live your life. It's something that I felt for so but as a woman, Valentine brought back safety nets are overrated. Yeah, if you make one, you will fall. Too much of a temptation. Yeah, there's a comfort in the crawl. Now I've been on my feet too long. I know I'm strong, just looking for some solid ground, so I can start to run. I don't wanna be tied, moving toward my pride. I don't wanna be tied, Days gone, I won't waste another one. Oh, that darkness, it won't set me back again. Oh, I'm not asleep or awake. I won't let the future escape. Just shake the ground. Oh, this lightness, it will fill the air around. Oh, I'm not asleep or awake. I won't let the future escape. We're bulletproof. Don't ever lose. Put the evil in the devil, let him let it loose. I'm an earthquake, make your bones shake. There's no question I'm the king, I always dominate. A force to be reckoned with, better remember it. Look at what I can do, walking all over you. Incredible, it's criminal. I never lose, I'm bulletproof. Best in the game, we all know my name. Can't run now, it's too late. Got winning in my blood, in my DNA. It's destiny, it's fate. Unbreakable, unbeatable, undefeatable. I'm invincible. Unbreakable, unbeatable, undefeatable. I'm invincible. I'm bulletproof, don't ever lose. Put the evil in the devil, let him let it loose. I'm an earthquake, make your bones shake. There's no question I'm the king, I always dominate. A force to be reckoned with, better remember it. Look at what I can do, walking all over you. Incredible, it's criminal. I never lose, I'm bulletproof.
You feel like something new. You feel like something. You feel like something new. You feel like something. Don't just stop it. Doing what you do. When I lay back, holding on to you. Ooh, ooh. Feel like something new. Yeah. Senses here on overload. All my body is for you to hold. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Feel like something new. Yeah. And I never thought that you got me wanting. Never thought that something new. You feel like something. You feel like something new. You feel like something. I feel like I'm in another galaxy. Take my time in your eternity. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Feel like something new. Got me wanting. Never thought that I pack my suitcase, headed out the door, I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home, a couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
Miles past, turning back, found my track, face the fact, she a cold one. Never gonna settle for none, stay up every night till I won. Don't want a slow rise now, I'm confident opulence isn't a long ride out. When I look back now, I'm astounded. A quiet boy from old age, but always felt the world was a stage, yeah. I celebrate one last day night, my old life, they stay.
I pack my suitcase, headed out the door, I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home, a couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
I'm headed to LA, headed on my way, I'm headed on my way to.
Think you've seen it all? With Faceit Watch's Point of View Selector, you can experience the game from any pro's perspective. Use the multi-view feature and customize the stream with up to 4 angles. Control what points you see while earning rewards. Drops are activated and lucky winners will receive Faceit points. And if you ever miss a match, VODs are now available. Get instant access to demos with multiple POVs and commentary. Watch it, control it, Faceit.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another night of North American ESL Challenger League. Boggs here with Paladin tonight. And it's been a while since we've been together, but it's going to be a good one with a great matchup to run it back, my friend.
Yeah, it's a bit of a grudge match, Boggs, and I'm excited to get into it because Fang, after having an uproarious drama with his former team in Party Astronauts, departs in a dramatic fashion. It cites a bunch of twit-longers across the board from all parties, and we've got ourselves their first meeting since that breakup. And we'll see what kind of drama ensues from that, but this is, of course, the schedule that we have here on the best stream, getting info, taking on Party Astronauts. And on the A stream, another banger in a shock turn of events, Wolf departing Blue Jays right at the MRQ time, going up against Nouns, who are still trying to find that same form that they had oh so far when.
Yeah, it feels like Nouns have been struggling for a long time now to regain the form that they had a very long time ago at this point. And Blue Jays, that's a big move. As you said, right on the edge of the major qualifier. And hopefully it's the right move for them. They're a team with a great performance in the Astanta qualifier, losing to M80 in the full 5 maps of best of 3. But looking at the standings, Nouns have had a very strong season so far in ECL. Party Astronauts, they've been okay. They're still inside that top 10. They're still in the playoffs. But getting info, I think, has been the biggest shock, at least out of the best of 1 stage for me, sitting atop the table right now, 24-4.
Yeah, and the interesting part about both of these rosters is that they've just been so turbulent. I mean, there have been changes happening across the board at all these different times. Getting Info was playing with the Timberman core for God knows how long, and you had to go through these IGL changes, and despite all of that, they've still found so much success in the group stage. They'll have themselves pretty comfortably, you'd like to think, the 1 seed. I mean, they're basically fighting for the 1 seed today against PA, while Nouns take on Blue Jays, both in stiffer competition. But depending on who wins or splits the series, we could be deciding that 1 and 2 spot. So we're getting down to brass tacks, Boggs, and that's what you like to see. So a little bit of something to play for, even when we get to a point where we have a pretty good idea as to how this is going to end.
Yeah, you want that extra bye round, don't you? That top 2 seed provides. And for all 4 of the teams playing tonight, Getting Info, Nouns, Blue Jays, and Party Astronauts, these are their last matches. These are the last 2 best of ones they have to get points on the board. Getting Info, they have the 2-game lead right now. They're 2 games up, or 6 points up if you want to put it in that phrasing as well. Nouns need to win, and they need a little help from Party Astronauts if they want to catch up and at least tie with Getting Info for first. And I think that it's really just going to be that battle right now with NRG kind of floating around. They're on the outside looking in and seeing how things are going to shape up for when they play their final few matches.
Well, we've got the veto up for you, Mirage, the map to begin this best of 1 series. And, this has always been a map that Getting Info have taken a liking to. They really started to make this a little bit of a home map when they brought in Vanity. And once he departed, they still maintained it in their pool. And luckily for PA, it's also a great map for them. It's something that they've shared alongside Getting Info. So common ground in this best of 1 to start things off. And then again, the highlight matchup is seeing how Fang performs in this kind of scenario. Fang has done a pretty serviceable job with his addition to Getting Info. And on the other side of things, Party Astronauts seem like to be in a little bit of a free fall. They've added in the services of Darty and Sacrifice and even the substitution of Viz for right now. And overall, the main issue that I have for PA is whether or not they have enough firepower to deal with what Getting Info can throw at them, especially in a map where you don't really need the fancy calls. You can't really say that Ben Lead has a bit of an edge over Carson, because I think in that regard it's a pretty even ground. So I'm really looking towards who can step up for PA to go toe-to-toe with the core of Fang, Markey, and Dia.
Yeah, there's not many off-speed pitches that can be used by Ben in this map. And then you have Carson, who loves this map. Carson absolutely adores Mirage. His teams always do well on this map. He does well individually, generally, on this map. And the firepower question does seem to be a big cloud hovering over the Party Astronauts here, as it looks like they're going to take the knife round. So they'll get perfect side choice. They've also added Ixani instead of Viz, too. So that's a bit of a change there as well. He did all right for them last week against Marsborn, where they split the best of ones, 1-1. But one thing that surprised me in that second best of 1 of that night was the fact that Ben Leet dropped 27 kills, most kills on the server in their overtime victory. On Ancient, that map doesn't come here, but it's been a long time since you've seen Ben at the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think that's such a great point that you bring up, Boggs, because I think Bentley is such a proponent of this PA brand and this style that has stayed alive for so long, has attended so many international tournaments, and you really want this guy to succeed. He's a lovely guy to listen to when you watch him in his interviews. Very humble guy as well, but you can tell that in his time in the sun is quickly dwindling to a close, and if he can't get this roster to a competitive side, it's going to get a little bit worrying for me personally. And so I'm hoping for the best from him. And he'll get to start on the defense. He'll get to start to defend against this Getting Info T side as they go charging up the catwalk.
That's a great entry from Shane to Ixani, already removed. 2 players remaining on the B site. Darty up on the boost box with the dual Beretta, spotted at range. That's a good clear for anybody lurking around, but Ben still holding strong, but not for long. Falls to Fang, OG Wizard, 1 from Market. He is checked out as well. Sacrifice not ready for the flank. Takes the dink and will be put to bed sooner rather than later. It's a quad kill for Fang, and Getting Info don't really need much of it. They just get all the kills instead.
well, there you go. Right out the gates, Fang takes Party Astronauts' heads ripped clean off through the CAD. Nice and simple. You smoke con, you smoke window. You have that open B line into that B bomb site. They even had a player boost it up onto the site box, and they read that like a book when you see the pathing was just elite, where they have a smoke down a market window and they scale around the back of the site instead of going through the default plant spot instead. It's unorthodox for sure, and it catches Party Astronauts completely off guard. Every crossfire that they wanted to set up completely disassembled. PA do go for the force buy here in this second round, and instantaneously nade combo with Marky's SMG kill gives an opening 5v4 to Getting Info.
Getting Info having a lot of little tricks early on. The pathing again was absolutely pristine, and then the little nade combo over to Sniper's Nest. That's an easy kill for Darty for Carson onto Darty, excuse me, as the bomb's going to get planted nice and open. They've got eyes on Cat with the AK from Fang, so no real danger there. Xandy does at least chime in with one, taking down that AK. But there's still a lot left for Party Astronauts to get back into this round if they even want to try it, which, why would you? At this point, you have 3 sets of armor, you have 3 upgrades, a Scout, an MP9, and the 5.7. You can take those into the next round, try again in round number 3, instead of going for a hopeless cause and losing everything that you have coming into this round. And I don't think Xandy's going to be able to get out of here. They are hunting him. They know his general vicinity, and he cannot fight his way through. Good flashing from Carson to enable Marky to take that duel cleanly. And you can see the importance that Getting Info plays on taking those extra guns out of the hands of the Party Astronauts.
Yeah, extra guns, extra money built up from Marky, and you take away an extra MP9 away from Xani, and straight away, tack timeout being called here by Getting Info. A little odd,
I think
considering the circumstances.
Because they lost Fang after he died in Con.
Yeah, that's definitely likely. That makes a lot more sense. But yeah, overall, I mean, you can already see the win condition of what makes Getting Info as exciting as they are. They're not the most flamboyant in terms of the calling department. They're a very brawly team. They're very in your face. You think about the word pug mix, and they come across, this 5-man lineup usually comes across your screen. And to me, they found a way to basically compartmentalize that concept and put it into an official competitive form. And it looks very deadly when these players can get rolling. Obviously, when you compare them to stiffer competition like your M80s, like your wildcards, where you've got elite callers in the forms of players like Sin and Stanislaw, it's a little bit more harder to kind of break through that echelon. But when you've got rosters that you're playing up against like PA, where the calling styles are pretty similar, you've got a pretty even map pool as well, you can really flex your muscles if you're players like Marky and Dia, and for that matter Fang in this situation as well, that things get to be a lot more difficult for you if you're Party Astronauts. That, I mean, there's very few rosters that can really go toe-to-toe with that level of firepower.
Yeah, I think maybe one of the only 2 rosters I could think of off the top of my head in ECL that pound for pound equivalent with firepower. Actually, 3. Legacy, obviously, with their recent exploits over in Europe. NRG and Blue Jays. Those are the 3 teams I could think of that are pound for pound equal with Getting Info. Now, do you have a bit of an edge calling-wise with, say, an NRG and with a Legacy? Probably. I don't necessarily know if there's a significant edge when you're looking at Blue Jays, although their recent success may give a little bit more of insight into that. But that Blue Jays move, again, to harken back to what we talked about in the pre-show too, absolutely blindsiding. The fact that they get rid of Wolf and bring in Dare, which the reuniting of Snav and Dare is going to be interesting to see how that works out, as it's the pistols here for the Party Astronauts. And Getting Info, playing for picks here. No spot for Carson yet, and no death for Carson. I'm surprised he doesn't get caught there. That's a missed opportunity for Xani.
Yeah, very curious. And you even got a player in the Palace as well, but Dia snuffs him out. And OG Wizard, I mean, he's been holding on to this Scout for quite some time, has not been able to get it activated as much as he would like. At this point, playing for exit, see if he can scoop up a gun. Spot's a little bit of a head, and they're just going to hunt him down now. Tag is good, but the extra connection not available for the Ukrainian sniper. And Getting Info get that clean 3-0 start. They get 5 men alive in, 2 of those 3 rounds? Yep. That's beautiful stuff for them. The bank balance swimming with cash at this point. And for PA, it's OG Wizard's turn, and the rest of the defense to kind of chime in with some guns. And OG Wizard's a guy that I've been looking at for quite some time, and he had some great work done on lag, but has yet to really find that same level of potency on this roster specifically. And I hope that we can see that level of dominance from him, because I think this kid's really gifted when he gets to play his own spot.
Yeah,
Look at his fast
on,
B play, though.
He's great. And Ben around the sight pillar takes a lot of ammo to spray down Marky. Does go down. OG Wizard finds Fang in the meantime. Coming in through, sacrifice. It's a good little double up with Xanyu. Takes a lot of damage in that engagement. No bomb plant. It's down in apartments. So it's going to be tough for getting info to get back into this round. OG Wizard back on the catwalk, trying to back away and just keep an eye on things as Shane has to gain a lot of space for his team. 3 players market, 1 player cat. Bomb going down thanks to the smoke and window. But 3 out of the same choke point for Party Astronauts here. And Shane flips around right timing, has a second on a plate, makes it 3! All down to OG Wizard as Shane has a lineup for 3 1v1s, and he does not miss at all. What an individual effort from Shane up close and personal. And now OG Wizard's essentially walled out of this round with that flashbang, and he's going to have to retreat. And getting info, a 4-0 start.
A little rocky there on the entrance. I mean, it's a chokehold that's a hard one to clear, but one by one they go flushing out of the market door and get completely rinsed by Shane. And now OG Wizards, potentially in danger of losing that AWP. Unfortunately, Shane does pick the wrong choice to end up in that round, but getting info, that's a 2v4 that should never be lost if you're PA. And yet again, I mean, we haven't even mentioned Shane in this conversation, and in a lot of cases is considered an afterthought on this team. Honestly, just a person that was brought in because of the remnants of having to play in ECL over and over without vanity, and now is playing within this roster and is doing a very formidable job. OG Wizard on this saved AWP, though, trying to find a little bit more impact, finds 1 kill to start things off, tries to rotate in a con, but Fang is dropping bodies, and PA is running out of time.
Yeah, that one from OG Wizard is good, but they can't get the gun, and they need a lot more than just one. Dia will miss the drop nade, but he'll hit the headshot onto the op. And that's going to start the downward spiral for Party Astronauts. Already missing an engine. That plane's going to fall from the sky soon enough. As at least 1 for Darty is gained. But getting back into this is going to be all but impossible as the utility rains in on him. Marky's focused on him. Actually, wait, bomb. He has the bomb, but he peeks out. And that's the end of Darty. Nice.
Truly unfortunate. Yeah. This is still doable. A gun recoverable right there. Yeah, there's the AK being picked up. Bentley on a Fang. That's a matchup you'd like to see, and Bentley comes out on top, and Bentley finds the 1v2. Who says the IGL can't frag?
Actually, I think that was a 1v3, because he got the catwalk first.
You're right.
And then he took the other 2. Bentley, last alive, B rotator, comes in 3 1v1s. Wins it against Fang and Khan, and then the headshot to clean it up at the end. Man, Ben's rolling back the years in these last couple of ECL matches. It's great to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I really do want to see more out of him. He's providing. Sometimes a captain has got to find those impact frags. I'm not talking crazy ratings. I don't think you necessarily need to do that, but big clutch moments like that can really hype up your team, produce just a completely different level of motivation in this kind of a situation. And he provides it in spades. Instant mid control trying to be crunched on in here from the PA side, but Fang has got 2 kills on a plate, make it a triple. Beautiful little spam there on a sacrifice, and he wants to keep going. He's going to boost himself into window and really put a ruckus on the rotation. Potential to move over to that B bomb site and kill that last anchor. But OG Wizards moved over to the catwalk, so even if market control is taken, there isn't potency And now Darty's making the rotation over. It's a little bit of a timing, and Darty should be aware of this possibility, but it doesn't matter. Fang will still find it, and he's on for the ace, but Marky will close it out regardless, getting info back to winning ways, and it's all off the back of the Canadian hero.
Yeah, Fang goes nuclear out in mid, takes the 2-on Cat, has the spam onto sacrifice, cuts off the rotation of Darty, which was the lifeline for OG Wizard and company in that round. And the one victory for Party Astronauts is isolated away from anything else. The CT economy decimated as a result. I mean, OG Wizard and Ben have money here, but the thing is, nobody else does. You can go for a decently heavy half buy here, stay over 2K. It's probably going to be the call here from Party Astronauts somewhere around the half. Yeah, sacrifice 1350 left right now. Off the back of the timeout, Darty going to 2100. A little bit of utility takes him under. But it's not going to be a strong buy from the CT side. And now Dia's got an op too. That's a free op. They don't need to buy.
Yeah, you don't want that guy to have that gun in his hands. And let me tell you, 1.33 rating over the past 3 months, and that alone should send shivers down your spine if you're PA. And he's kind of been forced in a lot of ways to become a hard carry of sorts for this getting info team prior to the addition of Fang, where you didn't have that successful output from Marky as much as he'd been hoping for. Shane was still getting integrated into the team, and now more than ever, it does feel like he's embraced that role of sorts and now has a real opportunity to carry that mantle moving through the end of this ECL season, moving forward to that ever-approaching MRQ now in just, 7 days? It's actually exactly in a week's time now. So really getting down to brass tacks, and you'd love for a guy of his stature to be in the form that he's in right now. And hopefully he can show a little bit of that magic in this series.
Yeah, we're only a little over 2 months from the major itself, too. So we're really getting down to the end of the season here. And everything matters that much more. The team's trying to get their final reps in before the MRQ. And we get 3 spots out of North America, too. So there's a good opportunity for some of those teams in there. Now, with complexity in the MRQ, that makes things a little bit harder. But still, if you write that spot off, there's still 2 spots for about 7 teams. So plenty of opportunity. Good flashbangs from the CT side, but it does not stop Shane from spamming down Darty. Caught him darting back into the hiding, the cover of the smoke. As the bomb goes down on the A side. Ben does a lot of damage, but he can't quite get the kill. Mopped up by Marky. Another smoke kill coming through from getting info. As that's a nice shot from Fang onto OG Wizard. He's had a heater of a game so far. 11-3. He's barely dying. All of his kills have been headshots just about. And he's just taking space and taking names. But he doesn't clear the corner, and that is unfortunate. What's more unfortunate was that I thought the gun was gone for a second there.
Yeah, I was going to say that would have been crazy if that happened, but I mean, you can see how personal Fang's taking it right now. I mean, just trying to be as aggressive as possible. It reminds me so much of when I watched him in that Complexity jersey where he's just unbridled and just wide-eyed, looking for fights and winning every single one of those duels. And it feels like I haven't seen that from him in such a long time. When he was in this PA roster with Sixy, it just felt like there were so many role clashes. Things were very lethargic. He had slowed down the pace of his game. Even after Sixy departed, it didn't feel like he had that twinkle in his eye. But, you know, sometimes when you have tough roster situations like this, you take it upon yourself to take matters into your own hands and prove as to why you made the decision. And right now, he's coming out the better of it. 6-1 start for getting info. Fang 150 ADR. It's everything that you could ask for in terms of a reunion. And perhaps he's won the breakup. Only time will tell.
Yeah, that very messy, very public breakup.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely one that can sour a friend group. Let's see what Party Astronauts can do to respond here. Only one on the CT side so far, and they definitely need more than that. One thing to note though, Party Astronauts' 12-3 record on Mirage is a bit of a misnomer, as most of their wins came against bottom tier ECL teams, teams on it in like the top level of advanced. There has not been many victories, if any, against solid top 5, top 7 teams in the region. So a little bit of a paper tiger, perhaps, that record for Party Astronauts, and I think that's getting exposed here against getting info. How is Carson been allowed to get in here? He's being watched for, he is forced away, but that's a 50-50 duel that you have to rely on to basically keep this round alive if you're Party Astronauts, and a bit lucky to be able to escape.
Look at the time.
Oh, wow.
There's 25 seconds left. Marquis found a pick on B, but, I mean, the bomb is rotating back to this A-bomb site. What's going on? 20 seconds. We've got to get a move on. Everybody trying to crunch in. They're trying to have that jungle-facing player to find a kill. OG Wizard finds a kill through the underpass. They know Marky's still available. Yes, he gets a kill, but there's still a site anchor to deal with. OG Wizard's found his man. There is no time for the bomb plant. Dia can get some consolatory frags, but at the end of the day, PA get themselves basically gifted around. As soon as Carson gets spotted, everything comes screeching to a halt, and PA just keep it cool.
Yeah, no flinching in the game of chicken from Party Astronauts. They weather the storm nicely. They capitalize on that spot and that dink, and just swallow up getting infos. They make that mad scramble back to the A site, despite getting that pick on B. Money's still fine for getting info. A bomb plant would give them a stronger buy in the next round if they lose it, but that's still 5 kills away.
Look at this, man.
Yeah. This bottom mid control that getting info have been able to achieve consistently is kind of insane. That spot onto OG Wizard is incredible. I was wondering if that crouch angle would give Fang that info, and sure enough it did. And they're watching for it, kind of, and walking back with a knife? Oh my gosh.
I mean, third round in a row that a player on getting info has been able to get into window, and again, a cause for concern with another entry going in their favor. They're going to try to go through the connector, and OG Wizard completely unprepared. It just feels like this A defense is completely discombobulated, unaware of the potential holes in this setup. Luckily for them, though, you've got an elite defender in Darty standing and delivering. That does come to a halt, though. Carson finds one, Dia goes aggressing in CT, and that means it's Ben lead up into another difficult clutch, another 1v3, this time with an A main flank. But his counterpart in Carson has read this. He's got the off angle to boot, and he'll win it out. So 7-2. We go tit for tat. As soon as PA win around, there's always that bounce back in response from getting info, and PA just can't get anything strung along. And that's really causing just a dramatic scoreline to unfold. It doesn't feel like Party Astronauts can get any sort of rhythm in this game. What, you've got one clutch from Ben Leet in total, and then you've got a gimme round that's been given to you by getting info because of a breakdown in communication and time limit, right? So overall, I've just not seen enough from PA to really say that they've got enough in the tank to go toe-to-toe.
And I don't even necessarily think it's the firepower angle we were talking about before. Sure, some of it is. Fang's had a whale of a game so far. But a lot of it is just the A defense from Party Astronauts is getting exploited consistently. This bottom mid is also being exploited. OG Wizard goes down on the half buy. That's not a good start for Party Astronauts. The flashbang. How are they not expecting Fang here? They know he's in lower.
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. And unfortunately, Bentley does get 2 at the very least, and it leaves Darty in a 1v3. Carson's still at top mid, though, and if Darty gets frisky and tries to go through the smoke, he's a dead man walking. But Carson's recovered the bomb, and ooh, I think he just spotted the shoulder. I think he did. And now he'll move back over to that B bomb site. Darty will just be chasing smoke and mirrors. Potentially an upgrade available, you'd like to think. Yeah, there it is. But he'll get taken out very quickly. Carson was still lurking around top middle with that AWP. And he gets the half win confirmed for getting info. This one just feels like an absolute beatdown.
Yeah, this one's getting worse and worse for Party Astronauts. They're just getting bullied consistently by getting info. Middle, which can be the death of a lot of teams' takes, has been just the start of the engine for getting info. They're getting a pick consistently out of it, and if they're not getting the pick, they're getting into jungle and sniper's nest uncontested. So either way, they're splitting the map in half. They're getting a pick, or they're putting themselves in a great position to get a pick. And OG Wizard does get flashed out, has help from Sacrifice on the one, but there is an instant trade right back there, and the trades favor the T's side, gives more space to getting info, who are probing into this A site, waiting for that smoke at ramp to fade. Palace spotted. Sacrifice has to be careful not to get caught, so back away. And Darty looks to be getting a little frisky over at ramp. He'll run into a couple, take down one, knows where another one is, up on scaffolding. And this is a good retreat from Darty. Take your kill, back away, keep the man advantage.
He can't, but the problem is he can't back away completely at this point. Does spot a shoulder. What a flick back from Carson. And a huge kill from Marky. Make that a quick double. That just completely slices through this A-bomb site like paper. It's just OG Wizard in a 1v3. Pushed back by the Molotov and oncoming utility. His life has been made a living hell. This game has not been able to get any multi-kills going. And he's been stifled at every turn by these headshots. Carson still wants to go toe-to-toe with this Opper as OG Wizard considers his scaling opportunity, but now backed into a corner off of Ticket Booth. And I don't think he'll be living for too long. There's a trade available here. OG Wizard will find not even one. Shane clears it out. And PA continue to wallow as a 9-2 scoreline. Boggs, I mean, this should be potentially 10 on the cards as well, considering the economic state of the CT side.
Your best case, which is a long shot, is a 9-3 half. Your worst case is 10-2. It's not a good look right now for Party Astronauts. Starting on that CT side of Mirage as well. They've been bullied consistently in this half. Marky's had a good performance as well, a little less flashy than Fang, who's had his moments in bunches. But everyone on the getting info side has had a performance, but the mid-push from Party Astronauts, the desperate counter, works for 3. They don't lose a man, and now Ixani at mid-range finds Dia with a burst. And so, Marky's in a 1 versus 5, and Party Astronauts at least keeping life support on if they can get that third round heading into the T side. But there's going to be so much more on that road to recovery. It's a very long way back in. But it starts with 1, and really it starts with winning back-to-back rounds.
Exactly. And you know, sometimes you just want to keep it simple. You've got nothing to lose. You're down so much. Why not? PA get themselves their third. Perhaps there is life for this Party Astronaut squad. We'll catch you at the other side of this break to see the end of this first map.
Getting info got out of the gate with flying colors, a Fang 4K, and a nice 4-0 lead now. They sit up 9-3 heading into the second half of Mirage. I'm Boggs, he's Paladin, this is ESL Challenger League North America. And getting info with Fang's revenge match against Party Astronauts. On the right track, they need 4 to get it over the line. And already a duel towards lower tunnels with the bomb at play. Could really turn the tide for this pistol round. Carson one on the dualies. Darty trades it back, and he'll actually double down to take down Carson and Dia, opening up some space in a critical round for the Party Astronauts if they want to kickstart that comeback.
Yeah, big gamble there from Carson and Dia, and it doesn't pay off. Huge gap in the map now. I'd just say bomb site is primed and ready, but who other than Fang lying in wait? Markey clips one off, so Nix is a little bit more doable here for the Canadian. He has one teed up here. Those dual Berettas trying to go toe-to-toe, and he'll find his kill. It leaves Ben Leet all alone, and Markey charging through that jungle smoke finds 2 of his own. Make it 3 in total, getting info, find double digits, and PA sent reeling after punishing that underpass play. And that's just about the worst case scenario that you can have, because honestly, it felt like that was a freebie. Everything was gifted to them. They even were playing a retake setup there, where you've got a player all the way back in CT allowing for the plant to happen, and yet still you cannot convert or even get into a post plant, mind you, so you don't even get the force buy here in round number 14. They're going to have to give 11, and getting info have a real opportunity here to just close the door before it creaks open any little bit.
Yeah, perfect opportunity to slam the portcullis shut. Just lock Party Astronauts out of the round in an aggressive... Actually, never mind, not an aggressive peek from Markey. That's Shane pushing through. That was a spam with the MP9. An MP9 spam through Woodwall. I think I've seen it all. And Shane's gonna go for the pistol and get all 3. Oh my gosh. Oh, 4 on the round too, but man, I didn't know the MP9 had the armor pen to make that spam worth it.
Yeah, I definitely didn't think so either, especially through those boards, but it looked pretty clean. But now that the armor's involved, there should be no issues for dinks and what have you, shenanigans through walls. But it's the last stand essentially here for PA, and however long they can sustain life. Ben Leet now taking that top mid control, and Xani has punished some underpass aggression, but there's still another threat lurking around the corner in Dia. Is he aware of it? Yes, absolutely. He's got his trusty sidekick and Darty behind him as well to deal with all of that. Shane is also pushed up in through apartments, and Darty is aware of the possibility, but yeah, Shane's not going to push the agenda too much further. He'll just hold on to this part of the map, basically cut the map in half, allow for Fang and Carson to focus on this A side. And that Molly will slow things down just for a little bit longer. Option is still available to move down into B, but yeah, that's pretty much going to seal the round up, you'd like to think, with Xani punishing the underpass play, and Sacrifice will get rid of Fang as well. So kind of just getting picked apart there. We're getting info, and you know, I don't mind going for something a little zany with those MP9s, but PA are a little bit more wary than you might think.
Yeah, they're ready for it. They're able to counter, and they're able to get another one on the board. But again, every single round Party Astronauts have won has been countered right back by getting info. That's 3 rounds now Party Astronauts have won, which getting info has won the subsequent. You're not going to be able to win a game by only being able to win 1 round here, 1 round there. You need them in bunches. Party Astronauts can't be playing small baseball anymore. They need a long shot. They need a big home run play to close this gap and try and get back into this one. The cat play might work out for something. It works out for a marquee kill at least, as he's been able to just back away with no contestation. Oh, Carson and Fang, 2 quick kills. Missed op shot from Dia, but a dink from Carson will put Sacrifice down low, stuck at default. No bomb in play. It's stuck at the feet of Carson over in Con. And Ben can't really help his teammate as he is being harassed out at default. Ben's removed. And the trend continues where Party Astronauts rounds are isolated. up to match point here for getting info. 12-4, flawless victory in the round as well. And just when Party Astronauts seem to be getting their heads above water, they're shoved right back down again.
Yep, and that's a great basically analogy in that kind of situation where you just see that. I mean, now you're getting the beautiful aspect of getting info CT side, something that Carson brought over from Nouns, and that's just solid mid control, understanding how to play in terms of chemistry between players and make sure that you're not over facing. You've always got a player backing up an angle for you, and they just completely dissect any idea that Party Astronauts wanted to throw. And as soon as they back away from the aggression, things start to get a little bit more difficult for the T side to deal with. And again, they don't have time to adapt. They don't have time to figure things out. They don't have that runway. So it's just going to have to be a live adaptation, basically, by Ben Lee. They've gone for the mid play again. They've used a lot of utility to get to this point. And Fang is still rearing to go for some opening duels. Look at this. Walk through Khan, but Dia's found one. Carson's here. I mean, everybody should be able to deal with this. Dia chimes in for a second. Crossfire is getting disassembled here. Markey, though, from Cat reassembles it back together again. And that should be an open and shut case. This should be getting info, finding themselves a commanding start to this best of one series, and it will. 13-4, 104 ADR from Fang to start things off here. He's here with the vengeance.
He is here with a vengeance, and he was helped out too. Markey had a great game, actually had more kills than Fang. Dia showed up in spades, especially in that second half, had a slow start, but the second half was fantastic for the Opera. As you might expect, the CT side a little more favorable to his chosen gun. But Fang started off this game with passion, with aggression, and with success. And he never looked back from that, neither did getting info. A great overall performance from them, and Party Astronauts have about 10 minutes to sit back and retool, because Paladin, they just got destroyed.
Oh yeah. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, we'll see if they have any chance of bouncing back in map number 2, and whether or not getting info can confirm that 1 seed. We'll see in a little bit.
Think you've seen it all? With Faceit Watch's Point of View Selector, you can experience the game from any pro's perspective. Use the multi-view feature and customize the stream with up to 4 angles. Control what points you see while earning rewards. Drops are activated and lucky winners will receive Faceit points. And if you ever miss a match, VODs are now available. Get instant access to demos with multiple POVs and commentary. Watch it, control it, Faceit.
I pack my suitcase, headed out the door, I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home, a couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
Miles past, turning back, found my track, face the fact, she a cold one. Never gonna settle for none, stay up every night till I won. Don't want a slow rise now, I'm confident opulence isn't a long ride out. When I look back now, I'm astounded. A quiet boy from old age, but always felt the world was a stage, yeah. I celebrate one last late night, my old life, a stage.
I pack my suitcase, headed out the door, I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home, a couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before.
2,000 miles, throw it on the dash. Shit, the 10,000 hours, can't let them pass. Yeah, well, I was putting time in, you was pulled up wildin'. You always had shit to say, now when I see you, it's silence. Thought I have a Grammy by 25. Commas after commas next to dollar sign, yeah. To remind myself why I'm living this life. Look at all the late nights, it'll all come in due time, yeah.
Made for the fight, for the pain and the climb. Tied to the life I chose. Stay through the night, another day, not a dime. Race against time. I couldn't just lay by and wonder what I could have made mine. I'm closing on the moment, no one's gonna hold me down. From getting
I pack my suitcase, headed out the door. I keep my shoes laced. 2,000 miles away from home. A couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
Distractions behind. I will be in the meantime. I'll blindfold my pride and keep hold of my time like it's gold. Fading from color, reaching to find when I wonder how. Saying it'll all be fine. Why sit around and waste the time? Fading from color, stuck in the backseat and told to drive.
If you wanna be my love, boy, gotta take it slow. If you wanna be my love, I'll show you what you wanna know. If you wanna be my love, boy, gotta take it slow. If you wanna be my love, I'll show you what you wanna know.
We're not the only ones. 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 Days gone. I won't waste another one. Oh, that darkness. It won't set me back again. Oh, I'm not asleep or awake. I won't let the future escape. Take me back to you. We're not the only ones. We're not the only ones. We're not the only ones.
After a very dominant performance on Mirage, Getting Info and Fang in particular are looking to take the sweep and secure the #1 seed in this season of North American ESL Challenger League. It's Boggs and Paladin. We haven't gone anywhere. Hope you haven't either. And now we move to a different map. A map which neither team plays all too often. And Paladin, I'm very, very concerned for Party Astronauts, seeing how they played on a map they've played 15 times, and now they're playing one they've played 5 times less.
Yeah, but I think the best part about playing something like Inferno is you've got a little bit of a tactical edge. I've seen Ben Leet learn a lot from this map and learn how to call on this map, something that I don't think that Carson has developed nearly as much. So you've got a little bit of that kind of IGL prowess edging in your favor, which is something that you can hang your hat on. But the elephant in the room is the fact that they were distinctly a lack of kills for PA across Mirage, and you never really had any impact from any of the riflers, bar Ben Lead with his 1v3, and then OG Wizard had moments here and there, but again, never entitled to any multi-kills, could not be involved in that sense, either had to save or would die trying to go for a multi-kill. And so regardless of whether or not you do have that tactical edge, it's still a huge problem of like who's going to step up, and I still, even after Mirage, don't really have an answer for you.
They just need a little more firepower potentially to solve the problem, but can Party Astronauts flip it around here on Inferno is a big question. Can they counter the triumvirate that was Fang, Marky, and Dia? And that doesn't count Shane, who had very good performances here and there as well. He didn't exactly have the most consistent performances, but he had a few big rounds in there. Carson had a few big kills as well. And if your Party Astronauts going up against a team that is firing on all cylinders, and you're firing on maybe two, it's going to be hard to get the horsepower required to get over the line.
Two's being very gracious, Boggs. It's a pretty dire state of affairs right now, and it doesn't look like things are going to get any better as the knife round goes in the favor of getting info. And curious to see in that veto that Dust2 was banned out by getting info, and I don't necessarily think they should have shied away from it. I mean, you've got the better players by a long shot. It's a pretty comfortable map in terms of Carson's calling, but they wanted to go into Inferno, and you know what? I think it's totally fine. I think I'll always perceive matches like this before a big tournament as a boost for potentially scaring away people in later vetoes, where you can kind of puff up your chest and say, yeah, I've got a higher win rate on all of these maps. Look at all these maps. You're gonna have to really struggle as to what your pick is gonna be. Maybe I'm thinking too far deep into what getting info off setting up, but it's just very curious. I'm trying to wrap my head around as to why they would want to opt in for this instead of Dust 2.
Maybe they just want to expand the map a little more, too. See how they can perform against a team like Party Astronauts. They did lose against Blue Jays, beat Chicken Coop, and Bad News Capybaras. So a bit of a mixed bag of opponents, and now they're going to kind of split the difference between those two edges. As Carson with a nice headshot to open things up. Fang with another, make it two up in pit. But he is finally dropped by OG Wizard, but it's up to Ben Lee, who at least gets the bomb down. That's all he'll get. But the plant is better than nothing, but with only one kill, will we see the Party Astronauts go for that 4-spy is a very good question. The other question, too, if Party Astronauts have what it takes to counter the aim, because in that round, they were completely locked out.
Yeah, they technically should have been able to do a lot more with the amount of space they'd gained, but I mean, great work from Carson to find one and then a second as he bounded away with that utility. Fang, of course, is going to get you a multi. And Dia through the smoke from CT spawn really put that round to bed. And that's the worrying part, is that, again, the kind of 50-50 rounds, the 60-40 rounds that you'd like to convert are not going in your way. So they're going to have to try to manufacture their own luck of some sort. So they've gone for that 4-spy. Your answer has been given, Boggs. And a kill has been found as well. OG Wizard chiming in with his IGL. And there's a swap on the deck as well. Minute 20 and getting info. Have got themselves banana control. So, yes, they can do this 2-2 split. If they want to lean 3-1, they can with Fang as close as he is. But they'll opt in for aggressive banana and a mini crossfire setup on A. Marky playing for any sort of information, and Shane trying to gather a similar amount of information over there on brackets. Gunfight here. Necessary conversions from Fang. And that does prime in the rest of this PA hit onto this A site. The crossfire looks good. Marky knows where the last player is, and he can just wait for his team to arrive. There's no secrets about where they are, and definitely has been the case for both of these maps. But getting info deal with the Force Spy off of a 4v5.
Yeah, it was a good opener, but nothing after that for Party Astronauts. Fang does them dirty out on bottom banana, and then they run into the meat grinder that is a Force by that contact and don't fare any better. It's pistols up for Party Astronauts. They've got a nade stack in play. That could yield up something. They're going to try and do some economic damage here. Over to banana, it will go. All of that for 21 damage on Carson. Getting a nade kill in return. And just one kill onto Dia pushing mid. That is an underwhelming result for Party Astronauts. And what it's continuing to be a very underwhelming night for them.
A nade kill in return is just so unfortunate, man. You have 5 people that buy nades, and not one of them finds a necessary kill.
No, it did, what, 39 damage on Carson because he had 61 health before the fight started?
That is so brutal. Well, PA will buy in. OG Wizard has got his trusty op. And again, I mean, I don't think that the prowess of this gun is really there on the T side, but it's going to be up to these rifles to try to find a little bit more impact. Blinded, though, as Sacrifice, trying to go into that gunfight against Dia, who's also got his trusty big green. And that means an instant 5v4, no reclaiming of banana. But, I mean, yes, you've gained this map control, but at what cost is the real problem? It allows for getting info to be a little frisky with the rotations. Marky can keep jiggling for information, spots out a player in apartments, can drop his smoke if need be. And this slowdown should benefit getting info, but it's a little bit of tricky information. There's a player spotted in apartments, but it's top car where the real action is happening. I say real action. Look at this. Back and forth we go. Top brackets, Darty finds his. So into the 4v4, and OG Wizards trying to play the fade here, but again, a cycled smoke slows things down. They've been wanting to get into the B bombs, and as time runs down, lower and lower bogs, they're going to have to eventually go gray screen.
A little bit of fire thrown down. Carson ready to hold as they come through the smoke. Line up for Carson. Make it 2. Fang's there to help. And Carson going back for extras. Triple dips on the round. 4-0 for getting info. They don't need the extra op, so they won't elect to grab it. The extra kill coming in from the op of OG Wizard is nice to at least keep that CT economy honest, but overall, getting info can be very happy with the way that round went, despite losing that brackets duel to the Lurk, despite losing that last player on the B site. Still, good start, good heading in towards the mid. Economy is pretty decent too, with 3 players over the 4.4k mark. Marky at 7.7. Only Shannon, can't even say Fang's that broke, because he's got 2250, so he's at least over 2,000. CT side's doing pretty good economically on a map which utility is so important on, and Party Astronauts can say the exact opposite. Minimal utility, minimal guns, minimal armor, and just about 0 success. 2 players without any kills to start off this game.
Instant incendiary there from Marky, but Darty's going to go through it. He smokes it off and tries to go diving through. It's an impromptu apartments pop, but Marky's there to chime in with a nice 3-piece. That's huge there from your pit player, and he switches over to the Glock, and he finishes it off with an ace. It's an anti-eco one, but hey man, aces kind of count all the same on HLTV, so good for him.
They don't ask how, they ask how many.
Mm-hmm.
That's about as easy of an ace as it'll get for DeMarkey as he gets them with the Glock the last 2. That's a little insult to injury, too, the fact that, oh, I stole this gun from you, and I'm going to use it against you, because he hasn't died once. He's had that since the opening pistol round.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really nice to have your pit player play as safe as he does. I mean, being deathless, a pit player being deathless is heaven for your captain. Mm-hmm. And not to mention the 6 kills to add on top of it, that's how you get a very dangerous A defense to brew.
And you
Meanwhile,
also
on the other
mentioned
side,
captain.
these guys have been doing well too.
Paladin, Carson's also deathless. Yeah. And he's the B anchor. So both your anchors have died 0 times.
Well, they're gonna try it again, but this time it's Fang on the Balk side, and he gets himself a double. Marky has been tagged up significantly, and that Molotov could take him out. Smoke is there, makes him survive at 13. Fang still lurks, and he still finds impact. Marky with another, and now it's just OG Wizard, so perhaps Marky's first death will not come here in round number 6, as OG Wizard has to go scampering away. He doesn't find any impact in this round, and Dia goes walking into his crosshairs and wins the duel anyway. 6-0 for getting info, and PA are being left in the dust.
Yeah, the rocket never engaged. At this point, I'm wondering if fuel ever got to the rocket for party astronauts. Because they're certainly still on the launch pad. And there's no lift. There's no upward trajectory. There's no momentum. Just stationary. At least everyone has gotten a kill at this point for party astronauts, which wasn't the case 2 rounds ago. You still have 2 players deathless on getting info. The most anyone has died is Shane at 4. You have 6 kills... No, 8 kills through 6 rounds, if you're party astronauts. And the symptom is getting worse and worse as this game has gone on. These 2 best of ones. Inferno has been utterly disastrous for party astronauts. Mirage was not good. Although they do
That's
get Marky
something.
finally. He goes a little aggressive in apps, and Dia trades it right back with that op shot. Marky finally dies. But this isn't a round which party astronauts have a lot to work with, and they can't recover those guns. That's an AK missing.
No, not at all. And they want to go trying to search for it, but Carson's going to pick up the pieces off of our side. They're considering walking through. The Shane has cleared out another player, but their sacrifice. Big kill for him. It's all on a Dia, and as Carson rotates, his opera hits the deck, and perhaps PA have found a way in. A very awkward round here from getting info, where none of these players really have proper tethering and proper trading protocols, and it's very rare for them because it feels like they've been having that round in and round out. And the potency of these AKs on the CT side is always nice, so perhaps they could save, but with how much money that they have in their bank balance, they'll go for it. Bentley does find him. Fang, that is, and Carson is left up in a 1v3. Tags up another. And should be aware of the proximity of this 3rd player. And he spotted him. Oh my goodness, there's an absolute chance here. There's absolutely a chance here. Spotted, though, is the head of sacrifice, and the jump spotting is everything there. By the skin of their teeth, though, Boggs. PA will get themselves their first, but they don't keep anybody alive.
That's even worse, the fact that they lose everybody on this round victory. They're going to have to go full investing on this round. And the other problem is party astronauts have yet to win 2 rounds in a row so far this evening. So right now for party astronauts, if they want to close this gap and try and make this an 8-4, I would say you're probably looking for a 7-5 if you're party astronauts wanting to turn the tide. Obviously you'd want more, but a 6-6 is not very likely at this point. You need to get a couple of rounds in a row. Preferably 3, if not 4. And it starts with getting opening picks.
Should have been wanting to convert that one on a Shane there, but it doesn't work out. They decide to completely abandon brackets altogether. And Dio will make the smart rotation back over to the B bomb site. He'll swap around with Fang. Have that 3 rifle set up on the A bomb site. And Dia can essentially post up. If they want to consider a 4-1, it's a possibility, and they will go through with it. But they're committing to B here, Boggs, and that smoke is going to be poorly timed. Molly is also late. Dia can't find an op kill, and look at that. Sacrifice going through the smoke in CT. Gets rewarded with a kill on the Carson, and now it's Operation Survive for Dia. And he's being pinned. He gets a dink, but that's not going to do. Fang will also hit the dirt. And Sacrifice has had himself a little bit of a round. Finally, the newest edition showcasing his prowess. And PA will this time tactically get themselves involved, and you have a little bit of an individual glimmer there from Sacrifice as well.
Yeah, nice little 3-piece from Sacrifice. Don't think he'll get any more as he is low and doesn't want to lose that gun. That second and third kill, though, from him, very well done, very well played. Plus, he was the hero who stalled out Naps, too, in the round prior. So, a couple of good rounds from Sacrifice here. And for getting info, I'm not saying it's timeout territory yet, but you do have them. Might be worth using before Party Astronauts really get back into this game. But for PA, the smoke was well timed. They got a little lucky with the abandonment of the site proper by getting info. Carson rotating away, Dia being far away as well. And then just catching off that first player, pushing through that smoke, opening up a lot of doors for the Party Astronauts, for Sacrifice in particular. Well done. Getting to see Ben Lee dive into his strat book a little bit more as well. And this is going to get a little aggression out of getting info as a response. 2 players pushing apartments. You got the op watching lane. And he wins that op duel against OG Wizard as well. OG Wizard peeks in and Dia puts him to bed. Molotov into porch to keep Dia from over-aggressing and getting another pick. But the picks were what has gotten Party Astronauts these 2 rounds of the board. They don't get the opener this time, and they might not even get the second here as Marky has a friend. Neither one gets the kill, but that nade'll do it. Well timed by Marky. Little drops the dink right on the Darty.
And look at that, man. Dia chiming in as well. Aggression in apartments completely wreaks havoc on the PA offensive line. And another one of those bounce back rounds there from getting info. A little spam on the bodies. Dia's feeling it now. A little quiet on Mirage and having a little bit of an opportunity to flex his muscles. This looks... I mean, that was just a pristine round for them overall, where you're getting that apartments aggression, you're getting a little bit of mid-fighting, and PA just can't keep up when getting info decide to step up the tempo. And being able to set that tempo on the defensive side, it makes it hell for your IGL on the T side to call anything, because you can't ever get settled in the default when players are running at you. And look at this, all-out aggression on Banana this time. Carson and Fang finding 2 between them. And blink and you miss it, it's a 5v3.
You branded getting info as a brawly team, and they are living up to that expectation in full. A nice little timing for Marky, almost gets the second. Can't quite clean up Ixani. Shadow shows, and Ixani is going to lose the sidearm, a dual Beretta sidearm for Dia. That's not something you see every day with the op, but it works out in his favor, and that leaves OG Wizard again in a 1 versus X. How many times have we seen that throughout the course of these 2 best of 1s tonight? It seems like at least 5 or 6 in my memory, and we'll see if we're able to even get 1 out of this. Fangs read that well. And Party Astronauts got 2. They're back to the starting line as getting info. Continue to charge on forward. Minimal resistance against them, and it's a half buy again from Party Astronauts in the penultimate round of the half. That'll try and get them their 3rd on the board. They've had success once, but can they find a counter to getting info, probing, and taking all the space they want in these last couple of rounds?
Yeah, unfortunately, just been countered at basically every turn, and they just have no response. And sometimes when you do have these situations, you've just got to fight fire with fire. You've got to find a way to cut distance and really put the hurt onto these CTs. And they're going to try their best with cordoning off Carson onto the sandbags. Darty finds Shane, and this means that Carson will also be under fire. Marky pulls one back here. Brings it into a 3v4, but the B bomb site is lost. Another mistimed Molotov, and it won't even actually hit the ground. Luckily, that nade getting kicked up from Fang, though, does hit the mark. They re-nade that CT smoke. Not deep enough, though, and Fang will lurk smoke through. A flash is also good from Dia. Look at this from Fang. He's got blood right beneath his eyes. And he finds every single one necessary. 3 kills for him, 2 kills for Marky. And the winning just does not stop for getting info.
No, they're just continuing their tear, marching forward to victory. No issues at all for them. Just continuing to push on through. I'm loving what I'm seeing from getting info. they're making very few mistakes. The couple of mistakes that they have made have cost them rounds. They almost made a mistake in that round, but Fang decides to go take matters into his own hands again, leading the charge once more for his side. And he's going to try and go for a little bit more aggression down Banana, too. He's going to continue his tear, as the Molotov is going to make Party Astronauts think nobody's pushing this. And I like the little mind games within mind games. Now with the spam, Ixani's ready for it. And the Molotov's going to go well past Fang. The smoke's going to get blown up. There's lots of damage taken by the boys on PA. As Carson nabs a pair, Fang will only get one before Ben puts him to bed. But it's all up to Ben Leet in a 1 versus 5. And not even one for him, as it's a 10-2 half by Getting Info as we head to the break.
We're not the only ones. We're not the only. We're not the only ones. We're not the only ones. Heads down. They will watch us shake the ground. Oh, this lightness, it will fill the air around. Oh, I'm not asleep or awake. I won't let the future escape. Back to you.
Another monstrous half from Getting Info versus Party Astronauts, but this time they get it done on the defense. Time to see if they can do it on the offense. It's Boggs and Paladin here on the mic. And Getting Info and Fang's revenge tour against the Party Astronauts with 13-4 on Mirage, looking to better that score on Inferno. As they'll scale up towards brackets, get control, and go for an arch trap. Do they split CT as Fang pops ahead over on Banana? We'll find out here. Yes, B-Rap here from getting info, but they're running into the stack here. And this is the problem. There's 3 players remaining on the B side. This information is going to be gained as they're not being quiet about it. But Dia does drop Sacrifice. Both players, Banana, are cleared out. OG Wizard won, but returned instantly by Marky. It's up to Xani here. They have not cleared. They don't check. And he's got 1, but he needs a lot more than that.
Ooh, Darty's found another, though. There's a real world where this could be a round for PA, but Xani's fallen on the site, and now Darty has just got to stand and deliver. 2 players to deal with, and they're both facing him one by one. Reload is through, but the shots are not connecting for Darty. Finally, one does. It's all up to Dia. And he picks up the bomb. He hightails it over to that A bomb side. Speedway, red carpet rolled out, but Darty thinks that it's a fake, and it's not going to happen. He's going to double back to B, but that's wrong. Dia punches those digits down, confirms that A plant, and Darty will have to really pull himself up by the bootstraps and go charging up middle. No kit available either, meaning this is going to have to be a 1-gun duel on this fight alone. This cannot be prolonged. And Dia, oh my goodness, Dia, he's completely circumnavigated Darty all the way through. There's just no way he could be expecting for Dia to be up into the apartments. Oh, but no, Dia missed it. Dia missed it, but in all of that chaos, there is no kit. Darty took way too much time, and getting info will still find themselves there at 11. Darty won't even be able to live. So, getting info, they go into the stack. Party Astronauts get a little frisky with how they wanted to play that 3 stack, but it doesn't matter.
Indeed, it matters not. It's another round for getting info. The pistol round is a dagger. It's just time to finish the job now, only needing 2 more rounds. Party Astronauts are going for a save here. Just a Deagle and a 5-7 invested to play up against 10 match points. That, I mean, you're in a catch-22. Either way you'll slice it in this situation. If you're Party Astronauts, if you force and you lose, well, it's over. If you play 10 rounds of match point, the odds are definitely not in your favor. They've already lost 1, but the bracket stack has been read now with the casualty to Marky. I'm surprised Dia's still sticking around here. I would have expected him to rotate out with the rest of the team at this point. Why risk losing an AK?
Yeah, especially because it's an AK. I mean, as soon as this gun goes off, they're going to swarm him. Yeah, there's one. And that was the turnaround from Sacrifice, but doesn't have a strong enough gun for the job. Dia maneuvering around these angles pretty well, I can't lie. He spotted out both of the remaining players, and now his teammates are there to back him up, and Xani will also hit the ground. So 10 opportunities here for getting info to shut this series out, claim that #1 seed. Of course, things are still slightly up in the air, considering Nouns are also done with 1 map up on Blue Jays. So, that being said, things still look very good for them to claim the top spot in the regular season. And I mean, they're showing that the caliber of CS is definitely up to snuff.
They're definitely showcasing a lot right now, getting info. A lot of firepower, some good calling from Carson, too. On the CT side that we got to see. I don't think we're going to get much of their T side here as Fang will go can open the B site, getting the second spam through coffins onto Ben. Shane's just harassing out of apartments, although he does hit the bomb, has to be careful not to lose that. Carson's noticed somebody slipped through into CT spawn, only 2 remaining for the Party Astronauts, and now just 1 as Xani meets his maker. Darty, and he will fall. 13-2 for getting info. And that is another dominant map for Fang, except this time, 116 on the ADR side of things.
Well, there you have it. I mean, just absolute domination from start to finish for getting info. And I mean, every little win con that we spoke about at the pregame reared its ugly head here in this series between the 2 of them. And overall, PA just could not keep up in terms of firepower. And even though they had a couple glimpses of some tactical prowess, it was just not enough. overall to beat the Brawn on the other end. They've got a lot of work to do in terms of roster construction. They've got to get their act together quickly now because, you know, the MRQ is around the corner. The playoffs of ECL are around the corner. But for right now, folks, that's going to do it here on the ECL broadcast. I'm Paladin, joined by Boggs, and I hope you enjoyed this match between Getting Info and PA. We'll see you guys for some more ECL action tomorrow.
They told me go to what you love. I never knew what that was, but even when I make time, I think of all I've given up. I wish it wouldn't be so hard, 'cause you're the one that gets slighted. You say I don't make time for anyone, and yours, my mind is occupied. It's hard to vent, I understand. Have you ever lost someone, but known that there was more? I don't wanna be tied, hanging by your side. I don't wanna be tied, tethered to my pride. Hate to waste your time. Go and live your life. It's something that I've felt for some time. But as a woman, Valentine, safety nets are overrated. Yeah, if you make one, you will fall. Too much of a temptation. Yeah, there's a comfort in the crawl. Now I've been on my feet too long. I know I'm strong, just looking for some solid ground.
Yeah. La 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 la. Yeah. Your life hits hard, but I hit right back. I never back down. I keep it on track. It's the same day with no problems. I keep rising from the bottom. Cause when the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear that sound. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. And then I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems. Yes, every day was a war. Yeah, it kinda took a while. When they tell me I should stay, I just jump with a smile. Yeah, it's hard until you notice. Everybody's got their moment. When the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear the sound. Listen up. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. And then I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems. Cause I got no problems. Cause I got no problems. Do you feel a little down? Say it, no problems. Let you in, but you out. Sing it, no problems. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. Have none I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. They're